Hello and welcome to episode 12 of my playthrough of All the Mod 7 to the Sky. Previous episode, I'm trying to figure out what we did actually. I think we played a lot around with a lot of mechanism and adding in a bunch of just machines and getting ourselves ready to, just kind of get ourselves, sorted with auto crafting and things like that, just to make life a bit easier here now that when we get into the bigger projects. I don't remember what I did between episodes besides... I think I added onto this and I added this cool structure. I think we did that during the episode though. We did that up here. I messed around and then added in compacting drawers for certain like items that we need both the block form and the item form. So like redstone, we need like blocks for crafting and things like that, as well as like ingots, nuggets, and blocks for all of our metals. Just to make life a bit easier for us. So now if we look inside of our terminal here, you can see we have all the nuggets, ingots, and blocks available to us. Just to save up on some time. Whoa, this jetpack is really interesting. Apart from that as well, I added in some more cobble generators. As you can see, these things are going along and making us a bunch of cobblestone. This thing here is capable of holding up to 1 million, right? Because I have 3 upgrades in here. Totally unnecessary. You do not need to have this many things in there, but I imagine since it's a Skyblock, we will end up using some of it or most of it at some point. And then we've also got a crusher going into making it gravel, and then just 2 crushers here making sand as well. So now we have access to all 3 of those blocks without having to have to like use the crusher over here to make sand for glass and stuff. So these 2 can probably come out, but I'll leave them in there just in case we ever run out of gravel or sand. I doubt we will ever will, but just in case. But by adding these in, we ran into a bit of an issue. As you can see or hear, all the magmatic dynamos are blinking on and off because we're using a lot of power. Like a lot of power. Our energy cell is empty. So today I figured what we're going to do is we're going to learn together. I did some reading, but what we are going to play with is a mod called advanced generators, I think. I'm at advanced generators. This is the one we want to play with. And use this to make power for ourselves. So there's a couple of different things that we're going to need. And the reason we got into AE2 and stuff before doing any of this, because I think a lot of these crafts are just like all nested, as you can see here. Like there's a lot of things to get through to get to like the top end rotor and things like that. So we can probably upgrade and get ourselves pretty well to like the highest level pretty easily, so long as we add in some auto crafting recipes and stuff and just kind of let the system deal with it all. Okay, so what are we going to need? Advanced generators. So I think from memory, from the last time I read, we have 3 different ways of making energy, right, with these things. We have the gas turbine, steam turbine, or syngas. So both gas and syngas is using like other things to make a product to be able to actually burn and then turn water and stuff into steam, I think, to then turn the rotors and things like that. Or we can just use straight up steam, and then this has a heat exchange controller, which is this bad boy here, that will actually make steam for us, and then we can turn that steam into power. And you can see here, each block itself has different modules and stuff that you can add onto it, which is going to make things kind of interesting. So I think we're going to want steam is probably the one that I was looking at. I don't know if it's going to be the most efficient, but to me it seems like the most fun out of all of them, because it's a lot of steps. And it means if we're going to use steam, we're going to need ourselves a heat exchanger controller. And these things are kind of cool. We actually looked at this in a previous episode here. We're using lava and water, I think it is, right? You exchange the heat from the lava into the water to create steam, which does 30,000 heat units. And this also actually has, you see there, it turns water into steam. It actually has an output of obsidian, which means I can get rid of this setup here and then get steam, obsidian as a byproduct from making power, which means I then don't have to make a bunch of obsidian. And siphon lava from our other generators, which I think is a fantastic idea. So let's figure out what we actually need to do, right? So we need the steam turbine controller. So these things, we're going to need fluid intake valve. We're going to need at least one of those, right? Because we need fluid going in, and I think the fluid going in is going to be steam, right? So we need one of those at least. So where is our fluid intake? FLU, flux generator. We want fluid intake valve. I'm going to want one of those. What else are we going to need? Redstone control module. I don't know what that one does. I don't think this thing tells us what a redstone control module does. I'm pretty sure it's more of just like a turn it on and off using redstone, but I don't think it's really that necessary. So I'm not going to bother with that. Power capacitors. This is like an internal buffer of power. So power capacitor. We've got, what, 3 levels of this. And you can see here, like it tells you how many of each of these you can have per machine. So you can have up to 10 of these, and each one of the basic ones holds 1,000,000 RF or FE. And then the advanced version, which just costs some infused alloy, which is really easy to make actually. We can have like a bunch of these if we want. Let's add that. Let's use advanced power, because otherwise it's atomic alloy, and atomic alloy is using like a refined obsidian, which is a pain to make, and I don't really want to do it right now. I think this is a good level to start with. Cool, that's all fine. You're going to need some of those. You're going to need a bunch of turbines. These are actually things that are going to make us power. Turbine. And it's these blocks. The basic turbines produces up to 100 FE a tick. No, 150, 250, 500. I think the reinforced ones will probably be our best one. And that just requires steel. Reinforced. How much are the advanced ones? What do you cost? You just cost bronze. I don't have an alloying thing up and running actually. So we're going to go with the reinforced purely because I don't want to deal with making alloys. So we're going to do reinforced. Bit more expensive, but I think it's pretty much all the same, and then just cost some steel, which we can now make because we have the capacity to do with mechanism. And we're going to have like a bunch of those, right? Because you can have up to 50 of these per turbine or per controller, right? Which is kind of insane. We might start off with like 8 and see how we go with that. Sensor module, and then we need a power emitter module. Power emitter. Why? Yeah, it is power emitter. Okay, so there is no block called a power emitter. Item input, item output. We're going to need those for the heat exchanger. That's fine. Heating chamber, mixing chamber, heat exchanger, redstone control module, sensor module. Don't know what the sensor module does either. Fuel air mixer. That's for the gas turbine. We don't need to deal with that. Flux generator, fuel tank. Maybe it's just the power capacitor that we hook up our cables to get the power out of it. As far as I can tell, that's what it looks like. So that's fine. So that's going to be all the blocks that we're going to need to make the steam turbine. Let's just get rid of the heat exchanger. So now we know that that's what it is. That's what that is. Now the next thing we need to build up is going to be a heat exchanger. So we need an item output, which is one of you. We don't need items going in, which is fine. We're going to need fluid going into it. Which is fluid intake valve. And then a fluid output valve as well, because we need steam coming out of this. And I think that should be nearly everything, right? What else do you need? Oh, blah, 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 sensor module. I don't think we need anything else. I think that's actually everything we needed. All right, so how do we actually make these things? Steam turbine. Let's just add a bunch of these things, because like all of this stuff is just gonna it's a lot of nested crafting. Which to me is just boring to do. So we're just going to do a bunch of patterns for this stuff. Iron tubing just costs that. And then redstone, iron thingy, bang. Cool. So that's our main 3 things. Now I'm going to place these kind of here in the middle so we know what we're building, right? That's that. I might actually do this off camera. And while I do this off camera, I'm just going to add in a bunch of this stuff. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through and then add all the recipes in here because we should know how to make most of this stuff. And it's really not that interesting to watch me go, okay, let's do this pattern, add this pattern, blah, blah, blah. Right, boring. Let's not do that on camera. Let's teach this stuff off camera and then we'll come back. And while we do that, I'm going to do some reading and do some actual, research before I record an episode because I'd like never do that. So let's do that and then we'll come back in a moment. Okay, and we're back. So we can see here if I now tap in advanced, add advanced. ADV. There we go. I've added in a bunch of all these things. We should have pretty much everything that we need to actually craft up all this stuff. So let's start off with requesting up everything we need to make ourselves a steam turbine controller. So we need one of those. I don't think we need anything more than one, at least to start with. And then I'm going to make 2 of these power capacitors. So I'm just going to go click on that. It's going to craft up a bunch of stuff. Cool, there. Bang, 1 of you. Let's start with 2. I feel like 10 million RF stored is like plenty of RF. No, I'm sorry about that. I had to take a bit of a break there. What was I saying? We've got, 2 advanced power capacitors. That gives us 10 million FE storage internal within the turbine. That's probably plenty because our cell over here gives us an extra 6 million. So for a total of 6 million being able to be like stored there in the background, plenty. I'm not going to really worry too much about that. So that's at least 3 of our blocks that we're going to need. We're also going to need fluid intake, right, for our steam gas. So we're going to need just 1 of these, I think. The other thing, I think it's flux generator. I think this is the bit that actually produces the RF/FE that we're going to pull out of the machine. So let's just grab 1 of these as well. I think. I'm not entirely sure. So how many does this give us? 1, 2, that's 4 blocks, 5. So let's just make like a bunch of these things. Can I just add that? I do have it, just had it here. Let's say I want 8 of them to start with. And that's going to craft up a bunch of things, right? Yeah, it's making a bunch of stuff. It's obviously a lot of steel that has to do. I think we have everything. We had to go through like all the stages, right? Remember how I wanted to avoid making bronze and stuff? I don't think that's really possible, but I did at one point make like a bunch of it. If we look in here, we have, 162 bronze ingots left. We do at some point need to set up some sort of alloying setup within the system, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. All right, so let's go figure this thing out. Let's set this up kind of where I want it placed to start with. So let's start with the flux generator, which is going to go there. And then we'll put the steam controller there. Let's go power capacitor there. We want fluid intake there. And now the rest of this should honestly just be able to have like turbines placed everywhere. And this is already a multi-block. That's kind of silly. So we can just kind of build this out here from then however we want. Let's make another 6 turbines. Let's request just another 6 just to make this a nice, like, even thing. Another 6 of you. But apparently this is now functional, which is hilarious. Cool, that's that. 5.1, oh yeah, because there's our other thing. Let's just put that there. Cool, there's our 10.1 million FE. We've got 8 turbines connected. Output config, red output, green output. I have no idea what that does. Clear internal buffers. We obviously have no steam in there or power. But that's really easy to set up. Wow, I thought this was going to be way more complicated. I think that's everything. I think there is like logic and stuff. I didn't need 6 of these. I needed 5, but that's fine. We have an extra one. I can always just like, if I just tack this on top, like that, it's just part of the multi-block. We have 14 turbines connected. That's insane. Cool, that works. So now we just need to get steam into this thing, and then it should just start generating power, no? So that means I need another heat exchanger. I need one of these things. Let's just let that. Let's get rid of that, because we don't need those anymore. So that's the brains of the block. We need item output, right? Because we're going to be making obsidian. And the obsidian needs to get stored somewhere. So we'll just store that in the same barrel that we have over there. And then I need fluid in, which will be water. Cool. And then I need fluid out, which is the steam. And now theoretically that should be the entire multi-block. Just 4 things, right? Do we need anything else? Item output, fluid intake. We don't need control. I can have multiple heat exchangers. Okay, that's where this also changes. Ooh, do we not have... We have the heat exchanger controller. Syngas, blah, 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 item output, blah, blah, blah. Redstone control, gas take. Do I need multiple of these things? What does it need as a heat exchanger? Let me just quickly pull up the wiki on my other monitor. Heat exchanger. Yeah, okay, no, there is another block that I missed. It's called an exchanger. EXCHA. This bad boy. This is the thing that we need. Cool. So let's... I may as well just add that, honestly, to the recipe list, because we're going to need a bunch of these. And I don't know how many of these I'm going to need, because, as far as I can tell... okay. So each of these will actually increase... I have the wiki pulled up on my other screen. So each heat exchanger itself will increase the amount of heat that we can exchange per tick, right? So we can actually look at this. I think if I put this in here, that's fine. If I go right click, so 1 bucket of lava creates 30,000 heat units, right? Oh, yeah. So we need to be able to deal with a lot of those, and each one, what's the base? 150, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how this works. So it transfers 16 heat units per tick, right? So what is 30,000 divided by 16? That's if we were making a bucket of lava every tick, which we're not, but... So I need, wow, that's 1,000 of those. But that's not what we need. We just need to divide that then by 20. That's at 100. That's a bucket a second. Which we also don't need to do. Let's say we need like a bucket every minute. So then we divide that again by 60. So realistically, I only need like 2 of these heat exchangers. So let's make 4 of them. Right, because this is 4. Let's just make it a nice even looking multi-block. You just need another 3 of these. Yeah, just another 3 of those. And that should be everything we need then, right? I don't know. We're going to have to actually look at this and see like if we actually need more input and output and stuff. So bang, heat exchanger goes there. We need fluid output valve to go there. Realistically, I could put these closer together, but I'll leave in space. Just 1, because it's going to look cooler. And 2, because it'll just make life a bit easier for expanding if I need to. Cool. Now this is finished. Now you're capable of doing 64 heat units a tick. And I don't know how many... So you're now making 7,000 for your tick. That's kind of cool to see though. I don't know how much... Wow, 7,000 a tick. That's insane at peak production. I don't know how much steam this is going to eat up. I would like a buffer, but we'll see. Okay, so we actually need 2 things going into this, right? We're going to need lava going in, and we need water going in. So I actually need a couple extra things. Let's make myself... what do I need? I need a... what's it called? A sink? I think it's called a sink. Yeah, I need one of these things. I need a bucket of water. I have no water. Need one of those to do this. I would actually like a separate... Oh, do I need... I was thinking, where do I pull the cobblestone for? Do I just make like another like thing here, or do I just like tack it on? I think I just tack it on, hey. I might just use, oops, laser IO to do that and just transfer it over here with lasers to get lava into some basins. I think we'll do that. I need a kitchen, so I need a sink, I need a sink. Sink, thank you. Do I have laser IO stuff? I do. I'm gonna need lasers. Gonna need like another 2 of those at least. Oh, I love auto crafting. Auto crafting is the best thing in the world. So that's that. Cool. So that's that going in. I need a bunch of those crucibles then. CRU. Okay, apparently I need more of this stuff. Porcelain clay. Do I just make a stack? We have like an unlimited amounts of all this stuff now. 3, 4, 5. Let's just make it like an even 10. Does that sound like a lot? I think that's a lot, but I'd rather have too much lava than not enough lava. So that's that. I'm also going to need some, what do they call it? Superheating elements. I need a bunch of these bad boys. Steel casing. I'm pretty sure I have these just. I want 10 of you. That's going to take a hot minute to craft up because we need a bunch of steel. Oh, but these machines are working so well. And even with our power issues, right? Like we're still having, oh, why did this fill up all of a sudden? What happened? How are you full? How did all of these fill up with lava? Alright, that's fine, because the second I turn this on, watch this. The second I turn all of these bad boys back on, we should start seeing like pretty massive power drain. And these things are like gonna be constantly running, right? Because I always want, yeah, see, look at that. This is what started our power issues, right? Because we're making gravel and sand at pretty like ridiculous speeds. So we're gonna have a lot of that stuff, but that's what started this whole issue. So I need that super heating element. Cool. Let's just make all 10 of you. Cool. And I still have fluid pipes. I just need item pipes, I think. Oh no, they're still there. Cool. This is going to be, how do I do this neatly? Item output. What if I move the item output with the fluid intake? Right. It's pretty cool that we can also just break this stuff and just like re-jig. Oh, I had to put that right back in the same spot, didn't I? Alright, so that can go there then, and then that goes there. And then this fluid, I don't know whether I need to actually use an item pipe to do this, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to break that. I need to break that. Let's just bucket up the water. All of this stuff can go. Bang. There. There. I'm going to take this drawer with me. This drawer is going to live... I don't know whether this thing needs a, whatchamacallit. What's the word? Whether I could just place it straight on there. Or if I need a pipe to do it. So let's just set that then to extract. That works. I think that works. So that's where all our obsidian is going to go. That needs a void upgrade on it. Because right now we have too much in there. So let's go void. And I need the 1. Because I feel like 2,000 obsidian is probably like crazy. Actually, let's upgrade it. Let's just make it 1,000,000. Copper. I need an extra, let's go with extra 3. I think it's going to be more than 1,000,000. I think the 4 is like the maximum slots you can use up. And copper is also the lowest level of this. So if I go that, you can hold 8.4 million obsidian. Oh my goodness. Alright, so that's that. Next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to place the kitchen sink right there. Where the fluid pipe, because this doesn't need to be anything special. Bang. So now you're filling up with water. We can also chuck upgrades on this as well to make this faster, but I don't know how fast this is going to work. And then I need all of my lava going into this thing. So let's just say I'm going to go like that with my crucibles Oh, these need to get furnace up. Let's cook all of you. CRU. I wonder if I can do this inside of a tiny machine. A tiny machine would be like the way to do this. One. Oh. I don't like building with this thing. There. I need a break underneath all of these to place a superheating element. I wonder, I'm gonna try something here actually to make this look a bit neater in the way of how we're gonna get the cobblestone over here. I don't know whether this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try it out anyway. Where's my... I may as well just build out this platform as well to match up with this thing. Cool, that's that. We need cobblestone. So what I'm gonna try here is I need a bunch of item pipes. I've got, ooh, I don't have enough. I need more item pipes. Item pipe. No, droppers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just make enough of these now to just kind of get this working. So item pipes are just gonna live on top of this. And now I'm going to do something interesting here. Whether it works or not, I don't know. But if it does, this is going to be dope. I'm going to go like that and like that. I think these two should actually connect up to each other. Yeah, sweet. And then I need my card holder. Because you need an item extract card. Bang. You don't need any filters or anything. Let's pull that out. You're going to be set to extract every second. I want you to pull out the maximum possible. So I need some card overclockers. Overclock. I need 4 of you. So I'm pretty sure that allows me to do like a stack every tick, which is going to be too much, but it'll at least get this going to us like a really good point. 64. Cool. 1 stack every tick. And then I wonder if I set this then here on this side here with the item insert card. And then set you to extract. Are you working? I have like really low hopes that this actually works, but that's fine because the other thing I could do is I can just break that. I just need some sort of chest. Doesn't really matter what type of chest it is. As a buffer. Actually the chest needs to go up 1 more. Oops. I'll get rid of you. Chest goes there with the node there instead. Right, and then on the top we just get item insert. Cool. And then this thing can just extract. And you're extracting way too slow, so let's get ourselves... I think we have pipe upgrade. You have a gold one here. Let's just go bang, bang. And now you can do a bunch of blocks at a time. Cool, all of you are generating lava. I now need fluid pipes connected up on the back of this. I need to disconnect that. And then all of you set to extract. Now, here's where we're going to find out if 10 is like enough. I think it should be. Cool, because now you've got 16 buckets of lava. You're full of steam already. Wow, that was really quick that you're full of steam. And now I should just be able to go like that with an extract and then insert. And then you're filling up with steam. Are we making enough steam now? That's the question. Are you pulling out fast enough? You're probably not getting enough out. So then the next thing I need is a pipe upgrade. I've got diamond ones. Let's use a diamond one. Bang. Cool. And now you're going too slow. So let's grab another diamond thingy. Now this is literally how I'm going to balance this all out. Because I'm just going to go like just chuck upgrades wherever I need upgrades. How are you on lava? You're still full of lava. And all of these are backing up. Which is kind of cool. I like that. I like that everything is backing up. Okay, we're using 2.1 millibuckets a tick. How many is? I think it's 20 ticks a second, is it not? I'm pretty sure it is 20 ticks a second. And you are going nowhere near the speed that we need you to go. So the other way that we can like make this better, right, is just add on like a bunch more of these heat exchangers. So let's just make like another 16 of them. Why 16? I don't know. That sounds like a good number to me. Oh, we're out of power. Let's turn all of these off. Oh, yeah, you can see power's coming on and off. Things aren't happening well, but that's fine because we fixed this problem now. So now it's just I've got to hook this thing up, bang, into our energy cell. To there. Hello? There we go. There, like that. I'm pretty sure these connections don't matter. I'm just going to change them because it doesn't look very nice. What's my button for my engine? There we go. Cool. And then on this one, we just need to set the face is input. And then this thing should just be filling up with power here. You're only making 500 tick right now, though. That's just because I'm not making nearly enough steam to actually make this viable. But like I said, this is all pretty fixable just by adding on a bunch more of these exchanges. Because I think we're generating enough lava and enough water at this point. Oh my god. This jetpack, as handy as it is... Alright, and then from here, I'm pretty sure we can just tack these on wherever. It doesn't really matter how we throw them on. Cool, now you're making like a bucket of steam a tick. And realistically, we're still not really using up all that much lava. Steam. There we go, look at that, 3000 FE a tick. And nothing is breaking. We're not losing water. Lava is still doing well. And most of these things are still full. It looks like we're only using about 1 crucible's worth, maybe slightly over 1 crucible's worth, because this thing's still full. Cool. But it was still only at like half capacity, hey? Because I think we max out at 50,000, or 5,000 rather, RPM. So that's with an extra 16. Okay, I'll just make another 10. Is that something I can do? Oh wow, this is really easy to do. And then this can all just go like bonk, 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 bonk. One, two, three, four. And now you're using 14 millibuckets a tick. We're doing 30 heat units a tick, creating 2,000 buckets of steam. Cool. And now we've sped up to 4,000. We're nearly at full speed. Oh no, sorry. We're now making 4,000 FE a tick. We're using 2,000 steam a tick. Cool. I don't know what we need to do here then. I think maybe our issue here now is just this thing not being fast enough. Because you're only capable of transferring 2 buckets worth. Okay, so nodes is going to be how we're going to do this then. Because that is nowhere near fast enough. I need some fluid cards. Fluid card. I need 2 of you. Thank you. And then I need card overclocker. I need 4 of those. Because we're literally just maxed out at how much steam we can transfer over a second. Even though we're only making 2,000 a tick. We should be able to be making more than that though, I thought. Let's get rid of this. Gonna go node, node. On this side, fluid, extract, overclock. 8,000 every tick. Wow, this is going to be fast. Cool, and then you're just going to be fluid insert. On that side, gonna go bang, oh, connect these two together. Oh, do you not interact with? Ah, dire wolf. Your mod doesn't work. Oh no. Okay, what other forms do we have of moving, like, water around then? Elite only does 8 milli. Okay, we can make it an elite one. I just need to make reinforced alloy. Elite mechanical pipes. Ultimate. How expensive is ultimate? You're just refined obsidian. How expensive is refined obsidian? It's a lot of steps, I'm pretty sure. For 32. Let's just do that real quick. How are we looking on episode time? Well, it's long, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Alright, so I need pipes. Mechanical pipes. So I need to teach you how to make that. We know how to make everything else. You know how to make all that stuff. You know how to do this. You just need to learn reinforced alloy, which is just this recipe. Bang, bang, there. And then this one goes into the diamond machine, which is this one here, which is that. Okay, and then the ultimate mechanical pipe is just atomic alloy, rather, which is just... Oh, actually, I need another metallurgic infuser if I'm going to do that. Okay, let's not do that then. That's as far as we go then. For the time being. Still, like, 32 buckets a tick is still plenty. And now I should just be able to request... I only need 2 of you to start with. Cool, that's plenty. Oh, I'm annoyed, Direwolf. Your mod doesn't work with what I need it to. Okay, so instead we go like that. There we go. And now this is also going to speed up pretty rapidly here to whatever its max RPM is. Which I'm curious as to what it actually is. How's our consumption and stuff? And we have now, like, we have a capacity of 8,000 per tick, which should be more than enough. And now our power generation is, like, completely tied to how fast our thing is spinning. So we need, like, a ton of steam coming in to get this to full speed. So I just kind of want to see where this maxes out at. It's taking its time. 3.3. So yeah, like I reckon like another 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. What if I just do another? I can fill up this side as well. Let's start with like another 10. Like 10 exchanges. These things are pretty cheap. It's just a bunch of iron, and like we have silly amounts of iron at the moment. And this is going to solve our power issues for like quite a while here. And this also can be made like better pretty easily, considering it's literally we can just tack this stuff on. So long as it's like semi-connected, it'll work. Cool, now we're creating 3,000 buckets a tick, or 3 buckets every tick. So now this number should be going up. And then once this hits 5,000 RPM, it'll be making 7,000 FE a tick, which will be insane. And then hopefully we can get like a steam buffer. A steam buffer would be a fantastic thing. Oh, you're very close. Okay. Let's go another 3. That'll be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of those. And then that also gives us space to chuck on some more turbines as well. 1, 3. How are we looking on iron? Are we still like... Yeah, we still have 12,000 iron. We're fine on iron. We used up a lot of it here. But... Bang, 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 bang. Oh, you're not connected to a valid machine. These 3 aren't connected for some reason. Why are you not connected? Oh, what's the bet that we reached the limit? on the controller. 50? No, there's not 50 in here. What if I like move you to the other side? Why are you not considered a valid machine? Maybe we did hit 50? I might have hit 50. We did add a lot on. Alright, cool. So these three are overkill apparently. Bang. We're now making 15 heat units a tick. 800, sorry. We're doing 800 transfer a tick. There we go. And then you should be at max now. So we should see now our energy cell filling up. Our energy cell is full now. So I imagine now we're building up the buffer throughout the pipes, and then we should see this thing filling up now. And we are filling up very rapidly our 10 million FE buffer. It's going to be about a million FE every like 20 seconds, roughly. I don't know. But we're in a really good spot here, guys. That's really good. And like all of this is still upgradable. Like there's still an extra tier of power storage and an extra tier of turbine that we just haven't accessed yet. But that's really good. 7,000 FE a tick. Nice. And then all these things are on. All of our machines are running. But we have a nice little buffer now. And like upgrading is going to be pretty easy. Thank goodness. And we're only using 24 millibuckets a tick. Our steam is full, so we're not really using up any more lava. So now the next thing that we would do, that would be the smart thing to do, right? Would actually be have an extra tank just here and have that filled up with lava. So can we make a tank? Like, what's the highest level tank that we can make at the moment from Mechanism? Elite fluid tank would be the best one, and that holds 128 buckets. Cool. So let's do that. Let's make you. You're gonna look there. That turns into this. Into this. Bang, and then that one turns into this one. Three and four. Cool. Then I should just be able to place this one there. Now we should see that one filling up with lava. And then just to make this really ugly, I'm going to go like this, bang, there, and then this one's going to be set to extract. So now we just have like an extra 128 buckets of lava as a buffer, since these things only hold 4 buckets each. And now we should be fine. It's really ugly setup, mind you. It's not the prettiest setup in the world, but it's going to be functional, and that's more important to me. Now you look scary. What happens when you get full? Do you explode? If you explode, I'm going to be really angry. Please don't explode when you get full. I think you just literally get full and then everything stops working. We might have to set up some control onto this. I don't know what happens when these things... No, literally nothing happens. We just stop generating FE. Okay, so are you like perfectly safe then? Our thingies are max spin now as well. We could totally just have on like some sort of control on this so that we like stopped using all this thing. But does it really matter? Probably not. I'm just going to leave it as is. We're not wasting anything, right? All of this is free power, mind you. Like, we are not spending any resources here besides our cobblestone, and we have an absolute ton of cobblestone here. Like, I could probably just... Are we still generating extra? I want to see this number go up. I may just upgrade this realistically. Ow. But this is all well and good. We're in a good spot. I'm happy with that. Power is now solved. And I think that, coincidentally, is going to be a good place to leave this episode. So, if anyone is still watching, thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you all on the next one. Peace.